the idea behind this is this is an informal discussion about pertinent issues. Like today we're going to be talking about gender mainstream. Now, essentially, when you're out there in the world and the words come out, gender mainstreaming, there's certain triggers that come in your head. It's like, oh no, it's this type of information, it's got nothing to do with me. There's so many of these words that you don't understand. They talk about paradigm shifts and, you know, all those other words that, you don't want these people talk, how these people talk. What we're trying to do with the Knowledge Cafe is to demystify a lot of these things, to talk about issues the way that the person on the street should be talking about.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you for coming and taking time to come for this discussion.
ZeipNET is the Zimbabwe Evidence-Informed Policy Network, and it was formed to promote the use of evidence in the policy making process. And we do this through coordinating overarching national processes for the use of evidence. Usually this is mostly through capacity building and also active engagement of stakeholders in various spheres.
There's so much going on in terms of gender mainstreaming, and I think this is a strategic time for us to talk about basing gender mainstreaming in terms of evidence, especially through research. So let's hear what you have to say concerning this and what the Ministry of Women Affairs, Gender and Community Development is doing.
Fortunately, this year we are celebrating 20 years of Beijing, and there was a delegation that went to the Commission on the Status of Women, where it was a celebration. Said 20 years we have achieved this and this, and it also gave us an opportunity to highlight or to look at the challenge. So this is the National Gender Policy. This, we call it our Bible, although it's outdated and we're in the process of reviewing it, and the reviewed policy actually at an advanced stage. We are hoping that by this year we'll be having a reviewed one. And there were consultations to say, okay, what is it that we want? What are the critical areas that we think are important around the country? And based on that, that's where we formulated the strategic areas of intervention. But the kind of research or the kind of analysis that was done was to mainly look at the status quo, to say where are women, without really going in detail to say why are women there, so that at least even if you are coming up with strategies, you would say, okay, we have 20% of women in politics, why are they there? It was very difficult maybe to just highlight how gender works. We have the Ministry of Women Affairs, but gender issues lie across different sectors. So you are then expected to say in agriculture, you look at what are the gender gaps, what are the gender issues that are in that particular sector, you address them. So you need the buy-in of that relevant sector, because from my understanding, we are not per se an implementing sector. We are more like a coordination and monitoring. So our task then becomes very difficult if we only present statistics and we don't address the why and the how then to achieve that. Like a strategy, a framework, but also a policy document, the Girls and Young Women Empowerment Framework. This one was launched last year. I think what happened is there was so much research around issues of girls and young women to say girls are suffering this, girls are suffering this, but at government level we felt the coordination of what is happening at grassroots level was very minimal. So in developing this, what happened, the evidence that was basically used was more a situational analysis where we tried to look at different researches that were done by different actors in different sectors, like in education, in issues of reproductive health, in issues of leadership development, and it actually has 5 critical areas. These are the ones that I'm actually speaking to. So the situational analysis was done in line with those 5 strategic areas of intervention to see what is the status quo vis-a-vis issues of girls with those particular critical areas, that is education, health, reproductive health, sexual and reproductive health, and HIV, leadership development, or safety and protection, and economic empowerment.
I know it's important Virginia, for you to explain what is this animal called gender mainstreaming. What is gender? What is mainstreaming? What are you on about? Is it even necessary? And what are you as the Women's Coalition of Zimbabwe doing in terms of harnessing gender mainstreaming vis-a-vis research?
Talk about gender mainstreaming in its simplest form. It's ensuring that whatever action we are going to embark on, whoever you are, you take it into your mind what the possible impacts and what the possible, or how that action addresses issues for men, for women, for boys, for girls. I know that in the popular languages we are doing our advocacy work. We may not necessarily always bring on board that it's not just about women, it's not just about girls, but it's actually an analysis of the social and gender and power relations among men, among women, among boys, among girls. So basically gender mainstreaming is being conscious as you go into any activity of what it is you want to do and how your actions or potential actions address key issues for the groups I've mentioned, and in some cases also what are potential impacts that your action can have on those groups depending on where they are positioned in society. We are celebrating this year 20 years plus after the Beijing conference in 1995. It's also a landmark year this year because we are also looking at the 2015, which was the target for the SADC Gender Protocol, to look at ensuring that there would be gender equality, so to speak. There would be gender equality among men and women in terms of constitutional and legal affairs, in terms of representation in governance, so representation and participation in politics and decision making, in terms of also being active participants in productive resources or the economic sector, in terms of education, so we would have parity. Whatever gaps we've had in our society, there would be equality in the education sector. In terms of ensuring that women, men, boys and girls have equal access to health institutions and whatever services those institutions provide. In terms of, and I will do the list very quickly of the areas that the protocol looks at, because that is one very good target for us to be able to say, as we are gathering evidence, as we are doing research, how are we linking in with other instruments that our countries, that our region, that our continent has adopted? Why do we even have to worry about mainstreaming? And yes, it becomes very emotional when we talk about why we need to mainstream gender, because these are issues that concern rights of women, rights of men, rights of boys, rights of girls. And depending on where each and every one of those groups stands, it will be an emotional issue, because whenever you talk about rights, if I'm talking about my rights as a woman, the inclination is for the person who's benefiting or who doesn't have any problem with that particular right to think that I want to take away from their rights and make those mine. And what we see in terms of the research that has been done, although there are some issues, is that right now, no country has reached equality in any of the sectors. It doesn't matter what you're talking about. We haven't seen that situation where there is equality. In some areas, yes, some equality has been reached. Like if you look at education, at primary school level, in terms of getting girls and boys to be in school, some kind of parity has been reached. But when you then look at the education sector, as you go up to secondary school, as you go up to tertiary level, and beyond that, you actually start to see that the women fall off. It's just the boys. It's just, in most cases, you've got researches being done by various organizations, whether it's in the government, whether it's in the NGO, whether it's even in the private sector, and faith-based organizations are also actively now carrying out researches. Not necessarily all of them on a national scale, but maybe based on the communities in which they are working. And one of the things I've actually seen from looking at what right now we can call our national research is that the results are the same. We still don't have a situation where women are in a much better situation than men. When you go into the community and you do researches even in terms of who are the children that are in school, I think recently, was it beginning of this year, we were talking about the issue of BIM,
we're talking about BIM not having any money. When you really want to go into it, whether it's at a local level in Muzarabani, whether it's in Jairo, in Rusape, what you actually see is in terms of the ones that then lose out when we don't have those public funded systems or those donor funded systems, it's the girls for one reason or the other. So the research is there. The challenge maybe is that it may not be in any one place, but it's scattered all over.
Knowledge cafes will be going on and on. It's not the only topic we're discussing. One day we'll talk about the arts. Who knows? We'll talk about prostitution. Who knows? Whatever it is, we'll talk about the issues, but in a way that they are palatable and you and I can be part of the whole conversation. And with that, I say thank you very much.